Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm going to go over my magazine ad analysis. And I chose to do it on Men's Health magazine and In Style magazine. And you can clearly see here on this side is the men's portion, and here on this side is the women's portion with the In Style magazine. One of the trends I found with both of the magazines was that the ideal age portrayed in the ads were of young people versus older people or middle-aged people. And the majority of the race represented are that of white people. I want to point out that in Style magazine, it wasn't until I was 23 ads in that I finally found an ad that represented an African American woman, and after that there were a few ads of mixed race women. But the bulk of the ads in the beginning of the magazine, or the first half of the magazine, were that of white people, white women specifically. And in the men's magazine, in terms of race, I don't believe I got to a mixed race or a person of color until midway as well. The trend for both magazines is also that of physically fit people. It seems that the ideal body shape for men is to be strong and lean, physically fit, to have six-pack abs. Some of the verbiage used in this magazine is to get ripped and be ripped, to get gains, rebuild your body in weeks, and all you need for the body you want is what this magazine is really focused on. I mean, there's even an ad for a free gym pass so that you can change your body, because this is what they are saying that the ideal body shape should be for men. Now, if they're not focused on the muscle portion of the men, if you look here at these guys, they all have the same rugged look with the beards and the mustaches, and the stoic look with the hair that's on point and done really well and nicely. So that was the men's side. Oh, I also wanted to point out that here they're focused on the six packs. And the food ads in this magazine, in Men's Health magazine, were that of protein products. You have the protein supplements, such as the whey, and I think there was a protein product here as well. Let's see. Oh, and there was an ad from Hormel that focused on promoting hearty protein-like meats and salamis and cheeses, whereas the In Style magazine had an ad for a Veggie Delight product by Harvest, which was something lighter. You didn't see any protein ads in In Style. Looking at the In Style portion of the project, if you look at the board, the first thing you notice is a lot of flesh. You see a lot of skin portrayed in these ads. You've got sexy looking women, you've got flawless looking women. The majority of the women in the magazine were thin, very wrinkle free, almost perfect looking skin. And I guess this is the ideal way women should look. Corrective skin. We have an ad here, for Botox, which means, it says smooth the lines, keep the experiences that made them, which means it's okay to age, but not physically. So, a lot of corrective treatments, wrinkle-free treatments, dull skin be gone. So that was a big trend that I found in the In Style magazine. Additionally, in the In Style magazine, I found that the products that they were selling to women were very gender specific. They were products such as purses and jewelry, and the majority of the ads were for makeup. So that's what I found for the women. For the men, I've just, like I said before, was mostly just protein products that they were selling, and then they were also selling items such as training guides for the men. So just very different gender specific products for either magazine. Just to tie this all together, again, the ideal body images for both were not that would fit the average person. I mean, not everybody is this strong and this lean, and not all women fit this body type. We're not all thin, tall, and physically fit. I mean, we come in all shapes and sizes. So I found that, you know, in terms of these ads, they were just very specific, and I guess this is their idea of ideal. However, it's not really realistic. And not all women are this flawless looking either. I mean, we all age, and you know, this ad here, I forgot to touch on this, but this ad here talked about covering up the roots of your hair to cover the grays, which is also, I guess, saying aging is a no-no. But you know, we all age, and we all will continue to age, which means, you know, our skin will over time wrinkle and our hair will over time gray. Although both are similar in some ways, they are still very different. But the other thing I realized at the end of this project was that although I had sort of anticipated this from the ads, it was still shocking to see that this is what is portrayed in these magazines every day to everybody who buys one off the magazine stand. So I'm sure we all kind of are along the same lines in our thinking, and I want to thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Good night.